let's take a deeper look at the options available within the Gmail and Google Calendar apps. Please do keep in mind that depending on the operating system and version of device you have, things may look slightly different, but for the most part, apps are going to have the same exact options regardless of whether you are on an Apple or an Android device. To get started with the Gmail app, we're first going to tap on the three lines in the upper left-hand corner. This is going to allow us to toggle two different preset lists of our email, like seeing emails that are starred, anything that we've snoozed, marked important, sent, scheduled, drafts, all mail, spam, and trash. We can manage any of these directly from this feature. We're going to head back to our inbox and now take a look at some of the different things that you can do within your inbox. So I can see all of my emails on the left-hand side here, and I can view the email and what's inside of it on the right. If I want to add any type of folders, I'm going to tap those three lines. And underneath labels, I can see those labels that I've already set up. Keep in mind that labels are the same thing as folders when it comes to Gmail, although they work slightly differently. And if you need to know more, I would strongly suggest watching the video that I've created directly on labels. To create a new label, I can select Create Label and give it a name. I'm just going to call this one Test and select Done. I then can see that I have that new label created. I'm going to go back into my inbox and I might select an email and choose to move that email. So I've selected that email by holding it down, and then I'm selecting the three dots in the upper right-hand corner, choosing label, and selecting the test label and clicking the check mark. That will move it to that label. Please keep in mind that anything that you do on your mobile device will be updated when you log into your desktop application. You also have the option to choose to do some other things with those emails. You can archive them, send them to the trash, choose to open them or mark them as open, and select the three dots and choose any of these other options as well. These options in the upper right-hand corner is what you would use if you have multiple emails selected. That way, I'd be doing the same action to all of those emails at once. Within each email, you also have three dots, and those three dots would just be an action to this specific email that shows on the screen, like blocking, forwarding, printing, or reverting any type of auto sizing for viewing on your device. If you need to reply, you would simply tap the reply button and be able to send a reply directly to that individual. The email will note that if you are sending that reply to someone outside of the domain, and you have the option to do reply or forward here. Using those three dots, I can also schedule send, confidential, or discard this altogether, which is what I'm going to do. This will also help me quickly trash items that will be updated on my desktop application as well. Now, there is a couple of settings that you may want to be aware. The settings feature is different than what you would find on the desktop app because these are specifically settings for the mobile application. I do have the ability to enable keyboard shortcuts if you utilize that on your mobile device. The conversation list density will allow you to choose how you want to see those messages spread apart. It will automatically go to that default, but some people like that little bit more of a comfortable view, and things are spread apart a little bit differently. We're going to click the three lines and go back to setting. And note, a very important setting for a mobile device is the mail swipe actions. So typically when we swipe, it allows us to do a quick action on our email. Right now, if I right swipe, it archives, and if I left swipe, it archives. You may not find that you need archive for both of those, but you may want one to be trash and the other to be archive. So if I select that a right swipe is going to be trash, when I swipe to the right, that means that that email will automatically be sent to the trash, and if I swipe to the left, it will automatically be sent to archive. This can be very beneficial for quickly managing your email. You also have the ability to see any default apps that might be utilizing your Google information, as well as more about your account. If you need to remove or manage your account at any point, you can tap on your account name and manage your account by removing it, turning on and off chat and meet features, snoozing settings, and other features down here. If you have any questions about any of these features, don't hesitate to reach out, although sometimes the best option is to simply try things out and see if you can find the setting that does what you need it to do. Across the very bottom of your device, you will have the option for mail. This is your chat. There is a video created solely on chat that explains what it is and how you might use chat and both spaces. Do keep in mind that chat and spaces are only within our domain, and you can only contact other staff users. Students will not be able to use chat or spaces. This is just another way to network and communicate with each other, although the district's primary mode of communication is still email. You also have the ability to join meetings or set up new meetings directly from your Gmail account as well. This takes you into Google Meet. There is a chance that depending on what you're trying to do in Google Meet, you may need to also have that Google Meet app downloaded. It may directly input you into that app when you begin using this feature. Now, let's take a look at our Google Calendar app. The Google Calendar app is rather simple. It's a great way to Now, let's take a look at the Google Calendar app. We're going to tap on the app and take a look at the features available to us. Again, I click those three lines in the upper left-hand corner to change the view of my calendar. Decide which calendars I want to show on my account. So I can have the option to show events, tasks, reminders, or that school-wide calendar. I also can click show more, and I have additional calendars available down here. These are all of the different Gmail calendars that I have available. And if I toggle any of them, I can see that that calendar turns on as well. I do strongly suggest coming in here and toggling off all of those extra Google Classroom calendars. If you do not use them, they can create some confusion when trying to view your Google Calendar. If we scroll down further, we also have settings, and you have quite a bit of different options available within your settings that you can toggle on or off depending on what you are looking for. If you are looking to share your calendar or manage your calendar further, I strongly suggest doing this from your desktop and taking a look at the video that goes into details with viewing your calendar there. To create a new invite, we will click on that plus sign and then select that we want to create an event. It will then load all of that pertinent information, and we can add all that information just like we would if we were adding this to the calendar on our desktop. It should auto recognize adding people to this particular option. That way you can pull directly from our distribution list within the district. Just like Gmail, all of the things that you do in the Google Calendar app should show up on your Google Calendar on your desktop. If you are having issues with things syncing between your various devices, you may need to sign in and sign out of one of your devices in order to get this to work. Also, be sure that you have turned on sync when you are in your Google account, so that way all things are syncing together and you have all of the same information in the same place.